As business owners and business professionals, it is our duty and responsibility to action upon any opportunity that can help us grow our sales and revenue. And ONDC is one such great opportunity. Hi, my name is Adnan, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the detailed process of enabling and listing your products on ONDC. So, without wasting any more of your valuable time, let's begin. Let's get started. Before I start explaining the process of enabling ONDC or listing products on ONDC, if you are someone who is watching this video for the first time and you haven't created an online store, so the first step that you have to do is to create an online store, upload your products, and once those are uploaded, then you can proceed ahead to list your products on ONDC. So for your reference, I'm going to provide links of tutorial videos on how you can sign up, create an account, create an online store, and how you can upload the products. So all those tutorial videos I will link in the description of this video. Now let's get back to the topic and let's try to understand the process. So the very first thing that you have to do is to log into the control panel or the seller panel of your online store. So this is the control panel or seller panel of a demonstration store, and we are logged into it, as you can see. Now, once you have logged in, the next thing that you have to do is you have to go to ONDC dashboard. Now, already you may have seen that on the screen, but I'll highlight that. So here, if you see in the left navigation, let me highlight that. This is where you can see ONDC dashboard. You have to simply click on it. So let me repeat the steps once more very quickly. So firstly, you have to log into the seller panel or open the seller panel. And once you have opened the seller panel, in the left navigation, you'll see there's an option which says ONDC dashboard. You have to click and open the ONDC dashboard. This is the ONDC dashboard, and obviously this is a demonstration store, so that's why the products are not listed, but this is where you can see there are a number of things on the dashboard, how many products are listed, orders, etc. All that is specified here, but let's understand the process. Let's stay focused on that. So here the very first step that you have to do is this step number one. There are 5 steps. You have to go through all of them. So the first step is to enable ONDC. This is where you have to input your GST number, verify it if you haven't already done that, and then you have to add your account number here. This is the account number on which we will be transferring the money to you. Just to help you understand how the ONDC works, so you will be showcasing your products through ONDC on various bar applications. Now, on those bar application, a customer will come and they will place an order and they'll make the payment to the bar application. Once you have delivered that order, that bar application will make the payment to GlobalLinker, and then GlobalLinker has to pay to you. Now, for making that payment, we need your bank details. And again, these bank details are fairly simple and straightforward. You have to input your IFSC code, what is your bank name, branch, you have to input your account number, you have to repeat your account number, and then you have to specify whether it is a current account or a saving account, and then the name in which this account is associated. After that, you have to input the beneficiary address. This is the address which is linked with the bank account. In case this address is same as the store address, then you can use this option. Otherwise, you have to just type in the address. Once you have typed the address, the last thing that you have to do, last 2 things that you have to do. One is you have to enable. You have to click on this button and toggle it and enable it, and then the last thing is to accept to terms of selling on ONDC. But before just accepting it, I would strongly recommend that you should review the TOS, and once you have reviewed it and understood it, then only you should come and accept it, and then you have to click on save. So this will complete the step number 1. Now, while you will be doing on your online store, because this is a demonstration store and all the 5 steps are enabled, but on your store only first step will be enabled. So once you have completed the first step, then only the second step will get enabled. So all the other steps, all these 4 steps will be disabled, and you'll not be able to click on them unless you have done this first step. So once you have added all the information and then clicked on save, this step will get completed. The only point that I would want to highlight here is that the bank details should be very accurate. And it has happened in the past that one of the seller has added wrong bank detail. Thankfully, the payment didn't go through. If it had gone through, then it would have caused another issue. So this is where double, triple check that the bank details that you're adding here, they are absolutely accurate. All right. So this is step number one in enabling ONDC. We have done that, and then we'll move on to the step number two, which is mapping ONDC categories. So this is where what you are doing is you are telling the system that showcase my products in this ONDC category. So what ONDC has done is they have standardized the categorization. Otherwise, it would have become a mess because there are many seller application, many buyer application, and anyone and everyone using their own navigation would have caused a lot of mix up. Now, to all avoid all that and to standardize that, that's where ONDC has prescribed its own navigation, its own category structure, and you have to just specify or tell the system, my product belongs to this category and this subcategory. That's all you have to do. Now that can be done in two ways. One is you can click on this edit icon. Let me see if I can show you a product wherein this can be done fairly easily manually. So you have to click on this pencil shaped icon and it will open this overlay. On this overlay, you'll see there are two drop downs. First is the parent category, and this is where you have to select the category. For example, this is a fashion product, so I'll select fashion, and then it is a t-shirt, so I'll select a t-shirt and click on save. That is how simply you'll be able to map the categories. Now, if you are a seller who has a large catalog, you have literally thousands of products, in that case, doing this process which I've just shown you, click on the add category icon and then adding the category manually will be absolutely impossible to do. So you can do it in bulk also. So if you have a smaller catalog, if you have few products, less than 10 products, in that case, you can do it this way also. But if you have a larger catalog, more than 10 products, then I will strongly advise that you should not be using this method. You should be updating it in bulk. How can you update it in bulk? So this is where you will notice that we have these two options available, download and upload. So you have to firstly download the file. I've already downloaded the file, so I'll quickly switch my screen, take you to the file and show you how the file looks and how you'll be able to update it. So let's quickly switch the screen and let's see the file. So I've switched the screen. This is the category mapping file which you're seeing on the screen. And let me zoom in a little bit because I'm not sure how big it is on your screen or how clearly visible. So let's go to, 130 looks good enough, 130% zoom. So this is the file which will get downloaded, and it may look something like this. So you have to just wrap the text and it will start appearing a little manageable. Now it has multiple columns like product ID, product code, product title, summary, description, brand, category. So all these columns, till column G, which is category, all of this is just for your information and knowledge so that you are able to identify the product. If you are not able to identify the product, then it will be difficult for you to map the product to the category. Now, other than that, there are these two columns which you will be using to map the category. So ONDC parent category and ONDC category. These are the two columns that you have to use. Now the question comes from where will we get the list of categories? So that's where you'll see this is here. We have given a link in the second row of this file. So you have to use this link. So you have to just use this link and open it on browser. So I'm going to again switch the screen, take you to the browser and show the file to you from where you can get the category and subcategory information. So let's switch the screen. So this is the category list file which we have opened using that link, and here you will notice that it has this drop down, so which is basically the parent category drop down. Now imagine we are looking for a product which is into electronics, so we can select electronics and automatically the subcategory list gets populated. So we can easily select. So for example, we have to select the parent category first because that is the first column. So I am coming back to the Excel file and I have to just copy paste the parent category, and then I can go back to the file and I can select. So for example, if it is a headset, so I can select it like this and copy paste. So that this is how simple. And once you are done, you have to basically populate these two columns. And once you are done, save this file and go back and upload. The only point that I would like to highlight here is that you should do this categorization cautiously. You shouldn't be listing product in a category that you're not sure. In case you're confused and you're not certain in which category I should be listing my product, in that case, I would suggest that you should reach out to our help desk. I will be adding the contact details, email ID and phone number of our help desk. Please do feel free to reach out in case you're confused about which category I should list my product into. Otherwise, it is fairly simple and fairly logical. You'll be able to understand it. And once you have updated the parent category column and the subcategory column, then you should save this file and upload it. Now, if there's a product that you don't want to list on ONDC for some reason, in that case, don't do the category mapping, because this is the starting point. We have enabled ONDC, and now when you are doing the category mapping, that is where system will come to know that you want to list this product on ONDC, and the rest of the three steps which are there, they will only get enabled once you have done this step. If you haven't done the category mapping, the remaining three steps will not get enabled or activated. All of them depend on what you are doing here. To do it cautiously, and if there's any product that you don't want to list, just don't do the category mapping. So save the file, go back to the seller panel. So let's go back, and here I think we have the seller panel, and this is where you have to upload this file. So it will take few seconds or a minute depending on how many products you have. And once this step is completed, the next step, which is upload mandatory information, it will get enabled. By chance, if it does not automatically gets enabled, then one simple thing, and this is something which I would advise all of you should do for step number 3, which is upload mandatory data, and that is you should update one product manually. Although there is a bulk option which is available here, you can download the file and you can upload the file from here, but I will advise that please do one product manually, and to do that you have to click on this edit button. So I'm going to just quickly do that, and this is the overlay which will open up, and here you'll see there's an option which says price and variant. You have to click on it, and then you have to click on this edit icon, which will open this overlay. And here, if you scroll down, this is where you'll see ONDC related information. So this is where you have manufacturer or packer name, manufacturer or packer address, month and year of manufacturer, net quantity, and HS code. So because it is a fashion product, HS code is required for electronic product, GTIN is required for groceries, EN code is required. So ONDC has specified various codes for various categories. So depending on which category you have mapped the product, you will see the appropriate option. However, if the product is not a branded item, so in that case, any other unique identifier can be used. So what you are expected to do here is you have to type the manufacturer or packer name. So here you can see I've written dummy, but in your case, it has to be the manufacturer's name, or it can be your name as well, because you are the packer of the order. So in that case, it can be your name as well. And similarly for the address, it has to be either the manufacturer's address or it has to be your address, and then month and year of manufacturer. I don't think it needs elaboration. And then we have net quantity. So here you have to firstly specify the quantity, for example, 1, and then what it is, 1 unit, 1 dozen, 1 gram, kilogram. This is important. So you should select the appropriate unit, and then for fashion items, the HS code is mandatory. So you should input the HS code and then click on save, and one product will get updated. Now, one product is updated. Again, if you don't have too many products, then you can do this activity manually also. But assuming you'll have large number of products, in that case, you should download this file. So update one product manually and then click here. This is where you'll see there's an option which says upload mandatory data. So firstly, you have to download this file. Click on download CSV, which will download an Excel file. And I've already downloaded that. So let me show you that file. So this is the file which gets downloaded, and again I think I should zoom in. So this file is something where you'll see there are a number of columns, and this file is actually used to update price and inventory. But for our purpose, that is updating mandatory information, you have to scroll all the way to the extreme right side, and that's where you'll see the similar columns. And here we have net quantity, net weight, we didn't see additional code, manufacturer or packer name, manufacturer or packer address, month and year of manufacturer, ONDC, additional other code, right? So now the benefit that you'll get, otherwise just by looking at the headings you may get confused. But if you have updated one product manually, the information will be populated here and you will not be confused like which code I have to update, because all that information will already be here, and based on that understanding you can just populate these columns. Now the important point is all these columns, each and every one of them is mandatory. You should update all of them, and once you are done, save this file and then upload it. All right, so now here we can see this is one product that we have updated, this is another product, and here you can see it is G10 because this product belongs to a different category, and this is where you can see it is HS code because it is a fashion product. So for each category ONDC has specified what is the mandatory information. If it is a branded item, if it is not a branded item, then any other code which is this additional code which you can see in this column has to be updated. All right, I hope that is clear. So once you have updated all this information into the Excel file, you have to save this file and then go back to the seller panel and upload it. So let's go back to the seller panel, and here you have to click on this option, which is bulk edit CSV, upload this file, and the mandatory information will get updated in bulk. So this is where we have completed 3 stages, and then we have 2 more stages that we have to complete. The next stage is map attribute or variant attributes. Now this is only relevant to the sellers who have product that has variants. So for example, a t-shirt available in different sizes, or a shoe available in different colors, or a bottle of cosmetic available in different pack sizes. So if your products have variants, in that case this step is relevant, otherwise it is not relevant for you. But let me show you how it is done. So these last 2 steps, that is map variant attributes and specification, these are to be done in bulk only. There is no manual step available for them. So here we have the download attribute options. You have to click on it and an Excel file will get downloaded. Let me switch the screen and show you the file. So this is the file which will get downloaded. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So this is the file, and here you will notice there are a number of columns. Let me show all the columns. So variant ID, and then product code, brand, the category, product name, SKU, additional ID, attribute name, attribute value, and domain category. So all these columns will be pre-populated. So till this, why these are missing, because I haven't done the category mapping. I've only done the category mapping for this particular product. So that's why these 2 columns are populated and the rest are blank because of that. So that is where we link back to the first point which I specified, that when you're doing the category mapping, do it cautiously and do it for all the product. Otherwise, you'll also have similar kind of scenario. So all this information again is for your understanding and for your information, so that you are able to identify and understand the product and then do the relevant mapping. Now, what is the mapping that we have to do here? So for this product, which is a t-shirt, it is available in 5 sizes and 2 colors. So all these columns are for one product only. So all these columns are for one product. Now we have to map these with the relevant ONDC values, which are here in this column. So for example, we have color, which is green. So firstly, we have to select the color option, and those are towards the top. So we have selected the color, and then we have to select the appropriate value. So this is where we have to So this is where here we have green, and we can select it like this. Now there are certain Excel, so for example, on Microsoft Excel, this search doesn't work. So you can use this free WPS application, and it will help you search the various attributes. There are almost nearly 2000 attributes for colors which are available, so it will be absolutely impossible for you to scroll down. So that's where the search is important, and you can use this software for that. So this is where we have done the color mapping, and then we have the size mapping. So again, we have to firstly select the attribute name, and this is where we have the size, and then we have to select the value. So here we have t-shirt, and this is where we have small, like this. So where it is colored, you have to select color. Where you have size, where you have to select size. Now it is extremely important that if you have added variants, then you should be doing the variant level mapping. If you have not added variant, then obviously it is not relevant to you. But if you have added variant, then you should be doing variant level mapping. Otherwise, your data will all get messed up and your product will not be displayed appropriately, and you will not be able to get any visibility or sale from ONDC. So that's where do this activity consciously and do it for each and every product where you have added the variant. All right. So once you have done this activity, you have to just save this file and upload it. So let's go back and understand from where you have to upload it. Now, one expert advice that I would want to share with you before we move ahead is that just to make things easier, you should apply a filter here. And for example, in the attribute name, let's apply a filter, and this is where we have color. So we have to just copy this and then come here, because the attribute is color, so we can just simply paste it. Now we have green, so green is up till here, so we can just do it like this, copy it, and then we have white. Sorry. So white is this code. We have to select that, and then we just copy it and paste it like this. So apply the formula, and then you can easily copy paste it. You'll be able to do it in much quicker way in the Excel file. So applying the filter will help you do it much quicker. And similarly for the size, you'll be able to do the similar thing. Apply the filter, attribute name is size, you can copy it across, and for the different sizes you can copy and do. Another thing I think I should also highlight to you, and this is where I've seen people struggle with sizes, because there are many sizes and they're across genders. So this is where we have size. So as I mentioned, we can just copy it like this very simply. Now we have size M. Now instead of going through the drop down, one trick which I would suggest is you can just copy it like this, and here, because M will be closer to S, which you have already selected, so you don't have to do too much of scroll up and down, and the search also does not work very well there. And now we have Excel, so we can just copy this one and paste it here, and then we can, from the drop down, we can select Excel. Excel is here, so it will save your time. You don't have to do too much of scroll across the various options, because t-shirt may be available in for women or maybe available for kid, and it may also have the sizes, so that's where you may get confused. But this is an option which you can use, and you can save a lot of time of yours. And now we have excess, so that's where you can see there are a number of options. Excess is here, so it will help and save you from doing a lot of scrolling to select the appropriate option. And this is how you have to update this file. And once you are done, save it and then go back to the seller panel and upload this file. So let's go back to the seller panel. So we are back on the seller panel, and you have to use this option, which is upload attributes, to upload this file. And once this file gets uploaded, then you can move on to the last step, and that is uploading specification. And that is where, again, as I mentioned earlier, it is a step that can only be done in bulk. So you can't do it manually, so you have to do it in bulk. So that's where you have to download the specification. You have to click on this option, which will download an Excel file. I've already downloaded this file, so let's go in, let's have a look at the file. So this is the file which gets downloaded, and let me just zoom in a little bit to help you see it in a better way. So this is where again you will see there are a number of columns which are there for product code, product name, there's a product ID, there's a product code, and then you have the category, subcategory, and this is where you have the specification group name. So for example, gender, and this is where we have the mandatory information. So there are specifications which are mandatory, and then there are optional values. So the first step that you should be doing is applying filters. Now, mandatory information is required, and if it is not provided by you, this product will not get listed on ONDC. But optional information is equally important, because if you're not adding optional information, then you are losing out on visibility. Any other seller who's adding this information will have a much richer product, much richer information, and they will have higher chances or higher prospects of getting visibility from the customer. So please do add information for all the heads. And here you can see, just looking at the product code, this is one product. So all these rows are for one product. So all these rows, there are quite a few heads on which you have to provide the information. But just to help you understand, this is where we have to specify the gender. So here we can select the value. It is male. Color, if you have added the attributes, so it will not appear here, but you have to select the color, and you can, for example, the next value is fabric, so we can select. So if it is cotton, we can select that. For size chart, you have to upload the size chart and then provide the link here. How will you do that? So again, I'm going to take you back to the seller panel and show you how you can do that. So let me go back to the seller panel. So we're back on the seller panel. Now to upload the size chart, you have to click on My Store in the left navigation, and then you have to click on Media Manager. You have to firstly create the size chart as an image, and then you can go to Media Manager and you can simply upload the size chart, create a URL, and then you can add that URL to the link. So for example, I have this, right? So for example, I've added this hypothetical image here as an example of size chart. So I have to just copy the link and then come back here and paste it. So there will be some fields where you will see there is a drop down, and there will be other fields where there is no drop down. If there is no drop down, then you have to input the value here. So for example, the brand name, there is no drop down, so you have to import. So for example, the brand name is Super. So you have to type the name like this. For care instruction, there is no drop down, so you have to input the care instruction. For wash type, there's a drop down, so you can select you have to select the values which are available in the drop down. So if the values are not there in the drop down, then you have to input the values, you have to type the values. If the values are there in the drop down, then you have to select one of the values. If you are typing your own values and you're not selecting the values which are there in the drop down, then you are missing out, because your catalog will get rejected. So that is where, if the value is available in drop down, so for example, here you will notice the values are available, but for width, length, breadth, values are not available. So that's where you are expected to type. But wherever values are available, you are required to select that from the drop down. Don't add your own values. Wherever values are not available, you click here and there is no drop down, there is no values visible, then you are required to type in your values. All right. So I hope that is clear. So once you have added all this information, again, mandatory is critical. If you're not adding mandatory, your product is not going to be displayed, but you should be adding values to all these fields which are required by ONDC, because that will help customers in making the decision or making a better decision, and that will boost the conversions. So if you're not adding all these values, you'll be missing out on visibility as well as conversion. So please do add values for all the fields which are available as much as possible, not just mandatory, all of the fields if possible. If not all the fields, then as much as possible you should be adding values. Once you are done, save this file and go back to the seller panel and upload it. So let's go back to the seller panel and see from where you have to upload it. So we are back on the seller panel, and here you'll see there's an option which says upload specification. From here you have to upload this file, and once this file gets uploaded, once the specification upload process gets completed, so once you have uploaded the file from here and the entire upload process gets completed, you receive a success notification. After that, you will notice that the list on ONDC button, these buttons will get enabled. So this is an enabled button, and this is a not enabled button because there are some issues with the product. So once this button gets enabled, you have to click on it and list the product. That's the last step. Once you do that, within 24 to 48 hours, your products will start appearing on ONDC, and then buyers can review those products and place orders. So this is the process of listing your products on ONDC. And in case you feel that you have updated the information, but you're not certain whether you have done it right, you should reach out to our help desk, and you can do that from the seller panel also. I'll just show you. So this is where you'll see there's a button which says support. You can click on it and you will trigger an email, and you can reach out to our help desk, or in the description of this video I will add the contact details, phone number and email ID, and using that you can reach out to our help desk, and you can ask for a review, and our team will review and let you know where are the gaps and what you should do to ensure that your products are properly listed and showcased on ONDC to help you optimize this opportunity. So I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, please do feel free to reach out to our help desk. And if you have any suggestion, or if there's a topic on which you want us to create a video, please do add that in the comment of this video. Thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye.